Hi, sir. So the interim budget is just out. The finance minister has gone big on capex, fiscal consolidation. How do you see this budget?
I would say it's a very, very good budget. I mean, we were very pleasantly surprised with the fiscal deficit consolidation. CII had been talking about 5.4%, here it's 5.1%. And equally, the capex and the infrastructure growth has happened to the extent of almost 100 lakh and 11,000 crores. So, in my view, these are very positive steps from an approach perspective. The third, which the finance minister had outlined, is the equitable growth focus. So whether it is the women, whether it is the rural areas, whether it is, and therefore the focus on the poor and the farmers. So if you look at that focus, I think it bodes very well for the growth of the economy also, because that will help kickstart some of the areas where there had been gaps.
Right. Do you think, though this is an interim budget, do you think that anything that government has missed or is lacking in this union budget?
See, I think she was very clear that it is. In fact, I think she said that in a CII function earlier that this is only an interim budget vote on account. I think she has lived up to it. Therefore, we have to wait for the main budget to look at what are all the other issues. So right now, I think as far as the focus on growth, focus on making sure it is equitable, and last but not the least, the fiscal consolidation has been very clearly announced. So we are happy with that.
Yeah, the government has held back on some correction of the inverted structure in the, especially in the custom duties. Though no tax change has been announced in the slab rates and all. So, do you think in the July budget the government might go ahead with it?
See, that is, I mean, too early to guess that right now. So we have already given some of our recommendations there. So we'll wait and see what happens then. But I think that's closer to that budget, we'll speak about that.
The government has announced a huge corpus for to boost R&D in the private sector. How do you see that as a measure? There always has been, the government has been complaining that the private sector lags behind in the R&D.
So there are two specific items which maybe I should call out. One is, as you said, the 100,000 crores or 1 lakh crore for the supporting the R&D and innovation of Indian industry, which I think is a very, very big step forward, and we welcome it. In fact, it paves the way for good, Indian innovation to take place, which has already been happening, but this gets actually captured and supported. The second is also the focus on MSMEs and how they are going to be supported in the digital transition and the sustainability transition. In fact, she has announced about the support for mobility sector as well with EVs and the EV charging infrastructure. These are all very important announcements. Of course, we need to get into the details of how that is going to be evolved. But as we speak today, they are, I would call it big satisfactory items for industry.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.